Okay, all right. Well, Auburn returned to the practice field here on Tuesday. Got a little bit of updates on personnel, some injury updates, some updates on how they performed, certainly on the field, which didn't sound too good from Gus Malzahn. So, starting with the injuries, Gus mentioned that Duke Williams is back after suffering that ankle injury on Saturday. That's certainly good news, Brandon, that you have a top-end guy like that back. You have Casanova back after his family issue, which was obviously unfortunate, and Trey Matthews is still not back. So, some things to follow. Good to have some guys back. It could be a bit of a problem, though, with Trey missing now several practices.
Yeah, I think the general idea here is that Auburn seems to be relatively healthy going into these final 2.5 weeks. The thing with Trey Matthews, though, should be a concern because he's had nagging hamstring issues throughout his career here at Auburn and at Georgia. Georgia, he only played in 8 games 2013 because he had a hamstring issue. So something to keep an eye on. If he's been sitting out for most of the last week and he was off to the side again today, that could be an issue. But otherwise, they're pretty healthy.
Yeah, and Gus has said he was pretty happy, frankly, with the way no serious injuries, certainly. That's been a positive. And really, if you go back, this team has been incredibly fortunate as a whole. Obviously, the Carl Lawson injury was, you could argue, really devastating for the whole defense last year. Yeah. But otherwise, they really haven't sustained a massive injury during Gus's tenure here thus far. And Wes, we also talked about certainly the poor performance on the field today. And Gus, this is pretty rare for Gus to come in and say that he wasn't happy with the performance.
Right, and obviously, in the first scrimmage, the offense was unable to score a touchdown. Defense really stepping up there. So it's kind of been interesting to see this defense step up and really limit what the offense can do. And I think going into the season, the question mark was really, will the defense be able to make a quick turnaround? Because it seemed like the offense was more on the reloading side and the defense is more of a rebuilding side. So, not exactly what I expected going into fall camp to see all these offensive, kind of issues.
Yeah, and the first day of class was yesterday. The kids' heads are all blah, blah, blah,
That's
walking
a medical
around campus.
term.
It's a blah, 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 yeah. Look it up. It's on your chart. But it was rainy yesterday. Everybody's just in the dumps. And
going down.
No, but I think, listen, they had a couple days off, and first day of camp and camp's over. And as Gus Malzahn said tonight, from his experience, this happens. Whenever there's a big change, I mean, listen, these guys don't just play football. They got to go to class for 7-8 hours a day, and then study and do all that, and then come to practice. I think the last thing I want to do is practice at 4:30 p.m. Actually started at 4:20 today.
But yeah, I would agree in that. Yeah, I would agree in that. Don't want to make this bigger than it is, but it is rare to see Gus upset about performance in a practice field.
Yeah.
It has been rare. It's not a common thing, certainly, but no, definitely don't want to make it a bigger deal than it is. It's still early. You mentioned it's because of class. I think that probably was the biggest factor there. And hopefully we get back to the rest of the week and you'll be able to see that things will get back to normal. So plenty more to come on AL.com later on today. We'll have updates on the running back. Brandon will be working on that. I'll be working on the quarterbacks. Wes has got plenty of updates on basketball after speaking with Bruce Pearl today. So check all that out and more on AL.com. James Crepea, Brandon Marcello, and Wes Sinor signing off.